An anti-Putin protest rally is being organized in Alaska ahead of the meeting between U.S. President Donald Trump and Russian leader Vladimir Putin to be held in the U.S. state on Friday. The rally has been organized by non-government organization Stand Up Alaska and is scheduled for August 14th, the day before the U.S.-Russia Leaders Summit. The organizers of the event have expressed their opposition to the visit by Vladimir Putin, whom they described as a war criminal. "We rally against the presence of an international war criminal in our great state. With the governor's approval, the president has extended an invitation to Vladimir Putin, and we're here to send a clear message to both Donald Trump and Putin. Alaska stands firmly against authoritarianism," the organizers said in a statement. Earlier, Alaska Governor Mike Dunleavy welcomed the forthcoming meeting between Trump and Putin. "Today, we remain a gateway for diplomacy, commerce, and security in one of the most critical regions on Earth. The world will be watching, and Alaska stands ready to host this historic meeting," Governor Dunleavy stated. The upcoming meeting in Alaska will be focused on reaching a peace deal to end the war between Russia and Ukraine. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky last week condemned Kiev's exclusion from the Alaska summit. Zelensky also ruled out that Ukraine would cede any land to Russia in exchange for the end of hostilities. Ukraine and its allies believe that US-brokered peace deal might force Ukraine to make territorial concessions to Russia. Last week, the US media reported that Washington and the Kremlin were preparing for a peace deal that would cement Russia's gains in Ukraine. U.S. President Donald Trump says he can see a scenario where the U.S. and Russia normalize trade relations if things go well at his meeting with Putin later this week. "I do, yeah," he responded when asked about the prospect ahead of the Alaska meeting. As for the prospect of progress at that meeting, Trump said, "I think it'll be good, but it might be bad." Trump said a couple of times during the press briefing that he would be traveling to Russia to meet with Vladimir Putin, but their summit is taking place in Alaska. "I'm going to Russia on Friday," he said in one instance. He also made an erroneous reference at another time to the summit being next week instead. In the meantime, Ukraine and its European backers on Monday sought talks with U.S. President Trump in an effort to protect their security interests ahead of his summit with Russian President Vladimir Putin later this week.
I expect to have a meeting with Putin that I think it'll be good, but it might be bad. And I'm here for one reason, to get rid of a war that somebody else started. Should have never happened. And if I could end it, great. Complex war, a lot of bad blood, But Zelensky's been there for 3.5 years, so if you put him in a room, now I will say this, ultimately I'm going to put the two of them in a room. I'll be there or won't be there, and I think it'll get solved. I expect to have a meeting with Putin that I think it'll be good, but it might be bad. It's going to be a big thing. We're going to Russia. That's going to be a big deal. What happens, happens. I'll let you know what happens. You'll be the first to know. I'll be calling the European leaders. I'm going with totally, I mean, we have a lot of talks. They're great people. They're great leaders, actually, and they want to get back. Honestly, as one of them said, I've OD'd on trying to settle Ukraine. They've OD'd, meaning they've overdosed on the settlement of Ukraine. Not a nice expression, but boy, is it accurate. They're tired of it. They want to get back to spending money on their country. Yeah, please be happy.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Excuse me, I'm going to suggest my relationship with the European leaders, as you saw, is extremely good. Like it's perfect. It's beautiful. Wait. And we're going to try. I'll be in touch with them. I have 5 of them call me. You think it's easy? There are a lot of European leaders, but they rely on me, very much rely on me. If it wasn't for me, this thing would never get solved until the last person breathing is dead. Yeah. And I'm going to tell them what kind of a deal. I'm not going to make a deal. It's not up to me to make a deal. I think a deal. So I'm talking to the European leaders. I'll be talking to President Zelensky. I'm going to get everybody's ideas. I go into that thing fully loaded right up there, and we're going to see what happens. Now, I think one of two things is going to happen. It's going to be a good meeting and we'll go a step further. We'll get it done. I'd like to see a ceasefire very, very quickly. Very quick. I'd like to see it immediately, but I'd like to see it very quickly. And we're going to be dealing with the European leaders, and we're going to be dealing with President Zelensky, and hopefully we're going to have a great success. Biden gave them $350 billion. Europe gave $100 billion. Because Russia will be, you know, we have a couple of days to go, but the Russia is going to be very interesting. But to me, what is very exciting, and we're going to take back our capital. We're going to make it beautiful again, but we're going to make it, more importantly, safe again. It's going to be so safe. It's going to be a model. And then we'll look at other cities also. But other cities are studying what we're doing. And you have some capable people in other cities. They can do it too. But we have a great group of professionals. We're going to have a safe, beautiful capital, and it's going to happen very quickly.
Madam Attorney General, the Justice Department appeal the Epstein decision today, Mr.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said Sunday night that Russia's intention is to deceive America in a bilateral meeting between the US and Russian presidents on Friday. According to Associated Press, speaking in his nightly address, Zelensky said, "We understand Russia's intention to try to deceive America. We will not allow this." Zelensky said the war, which began with Russia's invasion of Ukraine in 2022, must end as soon as possible with a just peace. U.S. President Donald Trump said he will meet with Russian President Vladimir Putin in Alaska on Friday to discuss ending the war. Putin has maintained Moscow's uncompromising demands in the war, raising fears he could use the summit to coerce Kiev into accepting an unfavorable deal.
Всі бачать, що жодного реального кроку Росії до миру, жодного кроку на землі чи в повітрі, які могли би зберегти життя, немає. Тому потрібні санкції. Потрібен тиск. Сила потрібна. Сила, передусім, Сполучених Штатів, сила Європи, сила усіх націй світу, які хочуть миру та спокою у міжнародних відносинах. Якщо Росія не хоче зупиняти війну, значить треба зупиняти її економіку. Треба якнайшвидше завершити війну чесним миром. Чесний мир потрібен. Чітка підтримка того, що все, що стосується України, має вирішуватись за участі України. Так само, як це має бути і щодо кожної іншої незалежної держави. Всіх треба поважати. Дякую всім, хто саме на такій позиції разом з Україною. Ми розуміємо намір росіян спробувати обманути Америку. Ми не допустимо цього. Я дуже ціную ту рішучість, з якою президент Трамп налаштований зупинити смерті у війні. І щодня багато людей віддають свої життя. Але єдиною першопричиною цих вбивств є бажання Путіна воювати та маніпулювати усіма, з ким він контактує. Ми в Україні добре знаємо Росію. І саме тому в надзвичайно складних умовах українці витримали вже понад 3 роки повномасштабної війни. Ми обов'язково захистимо державу, захистимо свою незалежність.